I go?
Go.
Right. Our group is going to speak about the 8th Amendment of the Constitution. This is the right to life of an unborn child. Having a constitutional ban on abortion in Ireland, this topic has been in the media a lot lately. The 8th Amendment is Article 40.33. It was voted into the Irish Constitution by referendum in 1983. Abortion has been illegal in Ireland since the foundation of the state. The British 1861 Offences Against Person Act became part of our legislature in 1922. The British 1861 Offences Against Person Act imposes a criminal prohibition on abortion which is punishable by penal servitude. Abortion remained legal. There were changes to abortion laws in Britain, Europe and in the US. In 1967, the British Parliament passed the Abortion Act.
I want to talk about cultural context to abortion. Before Ireland's rule by England, we don't have laws called Bretton laws. It's not just laws that relate to abortion. For example, if someone denies a wife food while she was hungry and pregnant, we're allowed to be fined. Secondly, divorce was allowed in British society. If abortion was default in the divorce, then the guilty spouse was denied all property rights. When Ireland was created by the English, it became subject to English laws. These cases related to abortion are typically held in ecclesiastical courts. These court systems different from secular courts. They're generally held with moral and religious issues. This has led to the long-standing characterization of abortion as a religious issue and a strictly secular one. In Edward Coke's works, Institutes of Laws in England, he made the Born Alive Rule. The Born Alive Rule states that in order to be a victim of murder, a child must be a reasonable creature born in rerum natura. This is a seminal work that the law of law in relation to abortion.
The 8th Amendment states that the state acknowledges the right to the life of the unborn and, with due regard to the equal right to the life of the mother, guarantees in its law to respect and, as far as practicable, by its laws to defend and vindicate that right. That is the first and basic 8th Amendment to the Constitution, voted by the referendum with a majority of 67% in 1983. However, that amendment by itself did not last as long as the entity. Just 9 years later, in November of 1992, 3 further referendums were held to add to the 8th Amendment. The 13th Amendment also came on the back of the X case. In the X case, subsequent to the ruling of the Supreme Court, the girl had to go to England to get an abortion. The 13th Amendment builds off to make it legal for women to go abroad to get an abortion. This was accepted, however, by a slight lower margin of 62 to 38.
Firstly, the 12th Amendment to the Constitution Bill aimed to exclude the risk of self-destruction as a basis for abortion. This bill was a direct reply to the famous X case in the early parts of the year, where a High Court had denied a girl the opportunity to have an abortion in England, only for the Supreme Court to overturn the ruling on the grounds that in order to safeguard the legal right of the mother who had been suicidal, the court must overturn the High Court. The government, knowing that this would set quite a common and potent precedent, sought to apply the bill of the 12th Amendment in order to stop this precedent. They were unfounded, however, as the bill was rejected 65% to 35, due in part to the late intervention of 3 out of the 5 bishops, saying no to the referendum. Furthermore, the 12th Amendment referendum in 2002 was brought about to tighten the constraints on abortion in a similar way to the 12th Amendment bill. It would have removed the threat of suicide, as in the X case, as grounds for legal abortion. The referendum was rejected on a ratio of 50.42% said no.
The case of Sheila Hodges in 1983 was the case of an Irish housewife from Dundalk, County Louth, who died of multiple cancers 2 days after giving birth to her child, who died immediately after. Sheila was denied treatment for cancer as Catholic ethos of the hospital did not wish to harm the fetus. If Sheila was given this treatment, she may not have died from cancer. In X case 1992, a 13-year-old girl was raped and became pregnant. The Attorney General sought an injunction to prevent her to travel to England for an abortion. This injunction was granted in the High Court by Justice Dean Costello. It was appealed in the Supreme Court and reversed as the girl was suicidal and it was deemed permissible to intervene to save her life. The 12th Amendment was then proposed and this removed the risk of self-destruction as grounds for abortion. It was defeated and the 25th Amendment was also defeated. The 13th Amendment was passed and it was the protection of unborn in Constitution cannot prohibit travel for abortion.
Odetta Svita Halpenauer led to protests in 2012. Protesters wanted to change Ireland's abortion laws and a public investigation by the Health Service Executive. Savita was denied an abortion after a diagnosed miscarriage because the fetus heart was still beating. The HSE inquiry found that her death was a result of inadequate assessment and monitoring and a failure to adhere to established clinical guidelines. The HSE made several recommendations, including legislative and constitutional change. PP versus HSE. In this case, a woman who was declared brain dead was artificially kept alive against the wishes of her family as she was carrying a fetus which still had a heartbeat. A three-judge panel of the High Court ruled on the 26th of December 2014 that all life support should end. The court accepted the expert's testimony that the fetus could not survive the extra 2 months required for a viable delivery. The legal and constitutional question, since the mother was already declared clinically dead, was whether the fetus had any chance of being born alive. Life support.
Today I'm going to talk about the pro-life campaign and the laws surrounding it. Abortion has been illegal in Ireland since the state was founded. There are several major anti-abortion groups in the Republic of Ireland: the Pro-Life Campaign, Youth Defence and the Iona Institute. The Pro-Life Campaign's primary spokesperson is Corda Sherlock. It is a non-denominational campaign which highlights pro-life education and the protection of human life from contraception to natural death. It opposes abortion in all circumstances. The Pro-Life Campaign called for a no vote on the 12th and 14th Amendments and was strongly opposed to the 13th Amendment, but did not call for a no vote. The primary reason for the Pro-Life Campaign is religion and the belief that human life begins at conception.
I will speak about the pro-choice campaign. The ongoing debate whether Ireland should implement new laws relating to abortion rights splits the country into two halves: pro-choice and pro-life. There are a few campaigns in Ireland supporting this case, but the main campaign associated with the pro-choice side of the debate is the abortion rights campaign. Pro-choice campaigners believe that women should have the right to decide what happens to them if an unwanted or unsafe pregnancy occurs and enable a safe abortion in the Republic of Ireland. The campaign was formed on the 10th of July 2012 by 40 people. So far they have done extraordinary work such as the annual March for Choice and were a big part of the protest in an attempt to repeal the 8th Amendment. The protest successfully caught the public's attention. Many members of the public are educating themselves on the topic and are forming their own opinion on the 8th Amendment.
In conclusion, the two cases mentioned, Sheila Hodges and the Revolutionary X case, have brought change in the Irish law. Abortion has been legalized under the circumstances of the mother's life endangerment here in Ireland. And individuals are now given the choice to go and have an abortion abroad. The Brehon laws simply implied that no harm under any circumstances should come to the pregnant woman or the individual whose act or omission had caused the result would be legally liable. Pro-life and pro-choice views differ. The biggest interference is religion, due to Ireland's religious, cultural background. At this moment, as well as the past, the majority of Irish citizens were in favour of pro-life rather than pro-choice. Multiple referendums to change this have been denied, and the 8th Amendment, which supports the right to life, is yet to be successfully repealed.